wind coverage, what we can expect.
Yeah, so this is our nor'easter right here. It gets its name from the northeast wind. It's essentially an ocean storm, and you can get a nor'easter any time of the year. The reason we associate them with snow is because when they come in the wintertime, they pump all this moisture into a cold environment, and they result in our biggest snowstorms. That's why we always associate a nor'easter with a winter storm. It's rain today, and you can see through 8 a.m. it's relatively light rain. I've got some gusts into the 20-mile-per-hour range, and then everything goes downhill late morning. By lunchtime, we've got downpours on the map. I've got gusts starting to ramp up, probably up to 30 or 40 miles per hour. Afternoon and evening is going to be the worst of it. This is a look ahead to your evening commute with gusts easily 40, if not 50 miles per hour, and locally heavy rain, which means you're going to have visibility issues. You're going to have ponding on the roadways. Even 10 o'clock tonight looking pretty messy out there. So this is an all-day event, and because of that, we're on a weather alert from start to finish for cold, gusty rain. Yeah, it's here in some spots. Not the heaviest stuff yet. This is still fairly light out towards Brockton, Lakeville, New Bedford as well. Travelers in southeastern Massachusetts kind of taking the brunt of the morning showers. It's sprinkly elsewhere, so I don't necessarily have us on a weather alert as you head into work and school, even though it will be soggy. You're going to want to dress warmly today. Temperatures obviously stuck in the 40s pretty much all day long, but we'll be on a weather alert when the kids come home from school, so make sure they take a raincoat with them. Umbrellas, not the best choice. It's going to be so windy today. We don't want anyone's umbrellas flipping inside out, but afternoon temperatures, if you're lucky, it's going to be 50 degrees. Most of you will be in the 40s, and that's where that feel of late March or early April comes into play, along with the rain and the wind. I just want to walk you through some of our stronger wind gusts, because you'll see as we move into the afternoon and evening, winds are set to peak. We're looking at gusts between about 40 and 50 miles per hour along the coastline. Strongest Cape and Islands. Inland locations see gusts between about 30 and 40. One of our concerns is that we've got saturated soil. We've got the trees fully leaved right now, and that makes the trees more susceptible to some tree damage. 8 o'clock this morning, I think, is the point that things start to turn and get much heavier out there. You can see as we pause at 2 o'clock this afternoon, I mean, downpours, gusty winds. Unfortunately, evening commute and any of your evening plans are going to be windblown and soaking wet with this storm system at its closest. Later today, we're also going to have to watch the late afternoon and evening for some splash over at the coastline. Notice tomorrow morning we've got a couple showers out there, and although we could see a little break on Friday afternoon, we've got a few more on Saturday morning as well. So rain chances aren't going to be as high tomorrow. I think it's a little more scattered, but both early and late Friday, we're tracking some scattered rain. Saturday, it's more of a morning chance, and by Sunday, we're really going to be dropping those chances. This is Saturday, this is Sunday. We'll probably be cool and cloudy to kick off the weekend with about 57 in Boston and 56 in Worcester, 58 in Hyannis. Then on Sunday, I'm hopeful that we start warming up, getting some breaks in the clouds. Is it going to be perfect? No. I still think Sunday probably ends up mostly cloudy, but you know, little improvements, baby steps, right? Monday's Memorial Day at 70 degrees. I've got partly sunny skies. I've got a small chance for a little afternoon pop-up shower that we're going to want to keep an eye on. But again, looking so much better than what we're dealing with over the next couple of days. Looking real dim out there. The view isn't going to get better today. This is probably the best that you're going to see from the Prue. It's going to get cloudy. It's going to get windy. It's going to get wet today. So we've got some light patchy showers for the next couple of hours with temperatures hovering in the upper 40s. I don't think we're getting out of the 40s in most spots. This is a heavier rain that's slowly going to be shifting in our direction. And what I see is that after about 8 or 9 o'clock this morning, we really start to work in those downpours. So if you're going to be commuting this morning, yeah, it's going to be wet, but this is not the worst of it today. The evening commute, lunchtime travel, much worse. In fact, this is noontime today where we've got the yellows, oranges, and reds on the map. It's not just rain that's getting more intense. The winds are going to start to pick up as well, and we're going to see peak wind and rain this afternoon and this evening. So that evening commute is going to feature gusts 30 to 50 miles per hour. Absolute downpours out there, low visibility, ponding water on the roadways. Evening travel not looking that much better. Maybe improving down on the Cape at 10 o'clock tonight, but you can see Boston, New Hampshire, Central Mass, Southeastern Mass still dealing with quite a bit of heavy rain. So as far as what needs to be on your radar today, I am concerned more than usual for some tree damage. It's because we've got all the leaves back on the trees, and those act like little sails that pick up the wind and can create like tree damage, limbs coming down, but also the soil is absolutely saturated, which means like toppling trees become more likely in a situation like today, even though we're not looking at, the most extreme wind gusts. So just be aware of that. Minor coastal flooding expected with our 8 p.m. high tide in the hours around it. It's just minor and splash over. And then we've got a kind of cool holiday weekend. This is a look ahead to tomorrow morning. We still have some lingering showers. I'm hoping for some dry weather in the afternoon, but you can see once we hop into Friday evening, there's a little more rain to get through that lasts us into early Saturday. Saturday does not look like a washout. I'm going to give us a lot of clouds and a couple of showers early in the day, but I bet most of the day ends up being dry. And then
being with us. I'm Gene Levanchi.
And I'm Nicole Gabe. And of course, it's Tuesday. What does that mean? It's always the best day, usually. Your pick of the week today.
A wasted pick of the week.
Yeah.
Hopefully not. If you can, like just for lunchtime, maybe after work, get a little fresh air in, because this is the prettiest and some of the warmest weather that you're really going to see this week. We've got the heat without the humidity, which is, I think, also kind of nice in the afternoon forecast. Right now, 58 Boston, 55 in Norwood, 53 in Fitchburg. Temperatures are going up, but we did start a little bit cool this morning. You could see the warm-up carries us by noontime back into the low to mid 70s in the Boston area, and that's where we sit for the afternoon with a mix of sun and just a couple fair weather scattered clouds. Inland towns and cities, upper 70s to lower 80s. Those will be our hot spots today, but even the Cape is pretty warm at about 72. So I'll be back to talk more about some of those late week shower chances and break down some timelines for you. Here's Ray with today. As far as a live look outside goes, this is what it looks like. Charles City, Longfellow Bridge, all looking great to me. Next couple of hours have us warming straight through the 60s, flirting with about 70 degrees by 10 o'clock this morning. All sunshine for the wind. We've got a few scattered clouds that will puff up in Boston at about 75 this afternoon, but we've got some 80s in Epping, New Hampshire, in Lowell and Leominster. Upper 70s today in Worcester and in Mendon. Upper 70s in Brockton and Bridgewater, and it cools down a little bit once you get to the South Shore and the Cape with low and mid 70s. These are all above average temperatures, and with the sunshine out there and lighter winds, it's just like this great feeling combination. Overnight tonight, we're going to fall back into the 50s. It's not going to be quite as cool tonight, so you're going to wake up tomorrow. Probably still going to go for like a light jacket for a couple hours in the morning, and then short sleeves are back with more highs in the mid and the upper 70s inland, maybe a smidge cooler at the coastline. But we're also going to go with some increasing clouds tomorrow. I don't have rain back in the forecast until the end of the week. It does turn unsettled starting probably on Thursday, and you're going to see here that Futurecast favors Thursday afternoon. I've got some other tools that are a little sooner in the day on Thursday, so we're still kind of watching and fine-tuning that time frame. Keep in mind, there will be a commute that is impacted, whether it's morning or afternoon, still a little up in the air. I'm favoring afternoon, but I've added a weather alert because of that, even though it's not severe weather. Friday, little spot showers still in the forecast. Most of the time it should be dry. This is a look ahead to Saturday, which does feature a period of rain, perhaps some gusty winds as well. But right now, the timeline has it clearing out, which gives us improvements on Sunday, and you'll see that.
What's going on
Monday.
here?
What does it? Oh no, wait, it's Tuesday.
But it's a Tuesday, and it's a nice Tuesday, so that's good. It's a nice Tuesday.
I also realized I just
work?
came over to the desk. And
Did you work yesterday? No. So today it's got a Monday feel to it. It really does.
I was
I don't know.
serious
It's
today, but
So
okay.
today's your Tuesday.
Yeah, it's a Tuesday. It's just a Tuesday.
So Tuesday, and she doesn't want to hear it from us.
But at least it's a nice day.
Yeah, flip-flop weather, I suppose.
You're still on vacation.
I'm sorry, I do have professional shoes over there. I forgot to put them on. But we've got temperatures right now in the 50s and 60s, everybody. Things are warming up pretty rapidly. It's mild, it's bright outside. You can see today's forecast has us on track for low and mid 70s in Boston and at the coastline today. Hot spots are going to be a little further inland. We're going to hit the 80s in Concord. I wouldn't be surprised if Worcester gets close, Hartford, Connecticut as well. So 70s and 80s, like a really nice feel for today. And although the forecast today is dry, I'll be back to talk about those late week shower chances coming up.
It's now 7 o'clock. Thank you so much for being with us. I'm Gene Levanchi.
And I'm Nicole. Gabe, be sure to get outside and enjoy the day. Seems like skies are pretty clear right now. It's looking good.
It does. It looks good. It feels good. Temperatures even a little warmer than they were yesterday morning. So I think we're in great shape for all your Wednesday plans. 61, Norwood, Boston, and Beverly. We've got some upper 50s on the map as well. But the game plan today is to warm us back into the mid-70s by noontime. Upper 70s for highs with some increasing clouds, but dry conditions. It's not until late tonight that rain moves in. We've got rain that's going to be focused across Thursday morning, and then tomorrow afternoon should end up dry for most of us. I'll be back to talk about some of the rain totals and where we're expecting some of the heaviest rain. Here's Catherine. Yeah, so bus stop forecast this morning, not bad. We've got some partly sunny skies today. You're going to find it brighter this morning versus this afternoon, as we've got some cloud cover that's going to be increasing slowly. We go from the 50s to the 70s. So layers are your friend, but I'd say shorts, t-shirts, all great ideas for the afternoon. Boston should make it up to about 78. I've got 76 in Worcester, about 80 degrees in Lowell and Haverhill and Nashua. We'll stick with those upper 70s in Brockton, Bridgewater, and Scituate. 75 Plymouth and 71 in Hyannis. So enjoy your forecast today. Tonight, late rain. I'm thinking after midnight. And we do have a weather alert tomorrow for a soggy morning commute. Now, this is our timeline. I want to start at 10 o'clock this evening. You can see areas like Connecticut, perhaps Rhode Island, already tapping into those drops. But for us, most of this falls while you're sleeping into the first half of tomorrow. So morning commute, scattered showers at 8 a.m. Afternoon favoring mostly cloudy, mostly dry conditions. Still the chance for a spot shower around on Thursday afternoon, but it looks much better than the morning hours. On Friday, again, it's an afternoon chance for a couple of pop-ups. Saturday is our soggy day, and it's because we've got this area of low pressure currently expected to track right through New England. That would give us gusty winds and a slug of rain. We do have the chance for perhaps some afternoon improvements based on that current track, but Sunday is the day that you're going to find high pressure beginning to nudge in, and that should bring us some slow improvements as well. 7-day forecast for the weekend always in view. I've got a weather alert tomorrow, and that is just for, some wet weather during the morning commute. That is no doubt going to slow things down a tiny bit. On Saturday, we've got another weather alert for a period of steady rain. Timing's still a little up in the air because we need to be a little closer for some of those specifics. But Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, you can see temperatures set to warm as skies clear out. Back to you. I know. We're going to do our best. I'll tell you what, we do have more clouds moving in today. Forecast stays dry. I think you've got some filtered sun, some milky skies. It looks okay. It's just not going to be quite as blue and bright and vibrant as it was yesterday, but still nice. Rain comes to town tonight and lasts through tomorrow morning. We've got more Saturday showers. I think it's the 11th weekend in a row that we've had some rain out there. Boston's at 61 right now. I've got 59 in Worcester. This is going to be some of the brightest weather that you see today. High temperatures land in the upper 70s from Boston to Worcester to Ipswich down to Scituate. Some lower 70s for the Cape. We've even got a couple 80s on the map in the Merrimack Valley. But it feels nice. It feels a lot like yesterday. The humidity hasn't quite kicked in yet, which is, I think, why it's so tolerable. Overnight tonight, 50s with rain after midnight. And tomorrow, we're going to keep it cooler. Highs tomorrow only in the lower 60s, below average temperatures, at least morning through midday rain. This is the rain that's actually going to be moving in. But for right now, high pressure is our barrier. It's kind of holding it back for the time being. We jump ahead into the evening hours, and after 10 or midnight, you're going to see those showers sweep in. Lasting into the morning commute tomorrow. Might be somewhat scattered when you wake up and hit the roads at this time tomorrow. But I've got shower chances through about noontime, and then during the afternoon, I'm expecting mostly cloudy and mostly dry conditions with a couple isolated showers, meaning most of you are dry, but there's still a risk. So that Boston 25 weather app just really handy with a forecast like this if you're going to be on the go. Friday, it's just some hit or miss pop-ups in the afternoon. Saturday, it's a more widespread rain. You could see Saturday shaping up soggy with this area of low pressure expected to track right across New England. That gives us gusty showers at least for a part of the day. Maybe we see some afternoon improvements, but Sunday is going to be the pick of the weekend as high pressure begins to nudge in and clear things out. So highs over the weekend. So tomorrow at this time we're going to be tracking rain, but for right now, we're in the clear. We're looking good. Temperatures also scooting into the mid-60s from the North Shore to Boston to the South Shore of the Cape, even Portsmouth at 64 degrees. So it feels fine outside right now. We've got a mixture of sun and high thin clouds, which is going to lead to like filtered sunshine, I believe, this afternoon. Temperatures top out in the upper 70s in the Boston area. Rain chances return tomorrow, particularly in the morning hours, and then the afternoon we're just tracking some isolated showers. I'm going to be back with an hour-by-hour timeline and a look at some of the rain totals coming up.